You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
What if it was a metaphorical for if it wasn't pushing a rock up the hill, but it was pushing a rock out of the pee hole because you have kidney stones every morning? Which would you rather have?
Or
pushing a rock or pushing
swollen testicles?
Ooh, like a torsion?
I don't know. I don't know what syphilis does.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life.
Please keep that.
This is the podcast that looks at your favorite Star Wars things.
Oh, my God.
And we talk about it. It's awesome.
At some point.
I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always, our Jedi Master,
JD.
And the man who puts men into Mandalorians.
Damn right.
Gives them syphilis.
Apparently. I have no idea how that got recorded, but it did.
Well, I tell you how.
You push the on button, really, is that?
Yeah, well, okay, well, I didn't see your fingers move towards the gesture.
I
And
got
that's how you get
ninja
syphilis.
fingers.
Yeah, apparently. He's fucking Gee, Benetti.
Star
Did
Wars.
you say Mario Andretti?
Yeah, Mario Andretti, too.
It is Mario Day.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Yeah, March 10th.
March 10th.
Like Mario, the video game, or just happenstance
MAR
people?
10.
Yeah, sir.
Mario.
Does Nintendo have any rights on that?
No.
Somebody else get to it.
Does Disney on May 4th?
They do now.
Do they really?
Yeah. They bought it.
I want to pitch to
I
you.
want to buy a day. I'm sorry, what?
I want to pitch to you this.
They're actually having Ryan Johnson direct May the 4th this year.
Oh, I'm skipping May.
I want to pitch this to you, since you mentioned May the 4th. May the 4th this year falls on a Monday.
It does.
And so it's a slow day
Live show.
usually at the store.
Mm-hmm.
Live show.
Live show, I'm with you. But I would like to do a live reading of Space Movie 9.
Ooh, I'd be interested in that.
If you don't know what Space Movie 9 is, I'm sorry for you.
Is that the script?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have a copy of
Context clues. We're
Yeah.
on a Star Wars show.
Yeah,
So.
Well, maybe it was Ed Wood's other one.
Right.
Sometimes we talk about Picard on this show. Pickard.
So I tentatively am looking at doing that.
Yeah.
We'll see about availability and
I think it'd be
who we get.
fantabulous.
Fine. We have the campaign against cancer on May the 2nd, which is Star Wars related because
Right.
it's playing
Right.
X-Wing.
Yeah.
So I may be tired, but I'll be here.
You have to be Palpatine.
No, I know who he wants to be.
There's no Palpatine.
I mean,
Wedge.
Right.
I was like,
I was kind of hoping, Wedge. He's like, all you say is, good shot.
yeah. Nice shot, Jensen.
I don't think he's in that. And
He didn't
will
make
be.
it.
he will just come out and go, "Good shot, Jensen." Shut up, Grandpa. He always says that. In the
Oh,
space.
Grandpa Antilles.
Oh, that's not how I taught you to fly.
But yeah, I want to do Space Movie 9. So
I think it sounds great.
The problem with doing Space Movie 9 is I got to cast it, but I think I can do that. I just got to figure out how many people we want, because there's a lot of roles. We'll have to double up or triple up or whatever. The real problem is the printing the damn script, because it's
Is it
expensive.
watermarked and stuff?
No, it's paper and expensive, and so have to figure all that out.
Nah, we just get a bunch of
Somebody's
tablets.
got to have one of those, like, I don't even remember what they're called. You print them out on clear things, you put it on a thing, project it to the wall.
My wife has one. That's how she makes those. I'm not kidding. My wife uses
Why
them to make
can't
her
I think of
science.
what it's overhead projector?
Overhead
Thank you.
projector.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you print the whole script out on the paper that she has, and we just project it on a
Yeah.
giant screen so everyone can just let the copyright infringement go as far as possible.
Is it copyrighted?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And
why. There's a reason why I'm calling it Space Movie 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so there may be a live reading somewhere in a city near me.
Or him.
or you.
But I don't know.
I'm a
We say
world traveler.
If it's
So that's why I said maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we haven't recorded in a couple of weeks. So we had Pensacon, and that was great for us. We were really super busy for that. And then I was in Orlando. We have a whole thing about Orlando to talk about in a little while. But
I loved him in Pirates.
Actually, I loved him. I just recently watched him in
Elizabethtown. No,
Kingdom of
I
Heaven.
like Elizabethtown.
All right.
So have you guys seen Kingdom of Heaven?
Yeah.
So I didn't like.
I like the 4 fighting parts.
So
The first half was.
so welcome to the Kingdom of Heaven podcast.
Yeah, but they use swords. If you just like put lasers on them, it'd be fine.
So it's a movie about the Crusades. If you're not
Actually,
seen
I
it.
think Kingdom of Heaven's probably closer to the new Ancient Jedi show than anything else.
So I saw it. It came out in 2005. I think I saw it on video, so it must have been 2006ish, and couldn't get through it. Just couldn't. I just abandoned it. And for years, I've been like, it's not for me. And it's Ridley Scott, and I like Ridley Scott mostly. And this is just one of these.
Mostly.
Right, mostly.
No, he made that movie with the what's that grumpy Australian guy that's also in a band, Russell Crowe, about him owning a winery in Tuscany or something.
Yeah. And a
Not
gang
Ridley
came
Scott.
through, murdered
also,
his
Blade
wife.
Runner, the second one.
I was
Not
thinking
good
that
Ridley Scott.
I was going,
he had this
man,
weird.
Blade Runner, the first one. But
There was
Yeah.
there was also a movie about the.
I'll support the first one for
miners
David.
That they
Oh,
they
the
had to
mezzanine scene
find-
in the first one's amazing. The
Yeah.
story has nothing to do with him. He made it look good. Not great. There's 12 versions, and they're not great.
Yeah.
But he also had that movie with like some miners looking for a new planet to mine, right? And they found like this weird parasite that like fed on them, right? Wasn't that him too?
Oh, is that in the same universe, in the mirror universe, where there's not that huge gap between Star Wars movies? Maybe.
I don't know. We were trying to be circumspect with fucking Gladiator. I was trying to do the same for Alien. My bad.
I don't know why we were being circumcised with Gladiator.
Yeah, I don't know where that.
You were like, he's a winery guy?
Yeah, he
Tuscany,
owns a
like-
vineyard and.
No, he made a movie about Tuscany. That's not about gladiators. Ridley Scott made a drama that's about Russell Crowe, and he goes to Tuscany to open a fucking
I
winery.
straight up thought he was talking about the first 20 minutes of Gladiator.
We just thought you were talking about Gladiator.
That's not Gladiator. It's a real movie.
But it's also Gladiator.
It's kind of Gladiator.
Then you remake Gladiator.
He was like, I want to make Gladiator, but for like the old women.
For some reason, I just went Jerry Seinfeld. Voice kept going up. I don't know what I'm saying.
Jerry!
I swear we'll get back to Star Wars.
I don't think anyone listens to this show actually cares anymore.
So,
Welcome to Tangent.
I was talking to a friend online who's raving about Kingdom of Heaven. And I was like, again, goes, oh no, there's a director's cut that makes sense.
Oh.
So it's on Amazon Prime for like $3. I got it. Oh my God, it's amazing. And the best performance is Edward Norton, and you can't see him because he plays a leper king, and he got a mask on, and he's got gloves on. You just
nice.
see it. And he is just awesome. He's in like 10 minutes of the whole movie. And it's the best thing ever. It's got Jeremy Irons is in it, and Orlando Bloom, and
They had a good cast.
It's
I
a great
remember
cast.
that. Yeah.
Orlando Bloom is the weakest out of all, and he's a star, because I don't see him.
But I like Orlando Bloom.
I do too.
But I don't know if he's necessarily the world's best. He's on the same level as Keanu to me.
Right.
He's a good dude, I think.
Right.
And I like him for that reason.
Right.
And he's done some cool shit with a bow, just like John Wick. Right. But otherwise,
Right, I'm with you. So, but it's a cool movie.
he's kind of the Finn of actors.
If you need
to me.
so here's the thing.
So much potential.
I'm
He's
Also
upside.
force sensitive.
Upside.
He's fucking force sensitive.
Jeremy Irons is in it too, and he's amazing.
Always.
But so Upside is cheap on Amazon Prime. It's great. Downside is 3 hours. If you got like an afternoon to kill, watch it. I had to do it in two runs, but it's well worth it.
Apparently, I have a new movie I have to watch first. So
Yes, you do.
I'll get on that probably tonight.
You'll like it.
Since I'm going to be getting home after my wife goes to bed, I'll find something to do.
That'll work.
Well, you know. Either way.
So let's talk Star Wars content. So I want to get this out of the way. I'm on the fence about something. So Lucasfilm has been all secretive about this Project Luminous stuff, and they released it, and it's Star Wars: The High Republic.
Right.
It's a series of books and comics and other material. No movie, no show, no video content. It's all just analog. And it is 200 years before the Skywalker saga.
Right.
And so it's at the height of the Republic. And it's... I want your thoughts first, but on it. So it's an era of Jedi, and then there's a threat that comes that's not a Sith, because it can't be, because we have Sith in Episode 1. So there's no Sith,
Right, because the Sith hadn't been seen for
2,000 years.
Yeah. Was it that long?
Yeah, it was like we've not seen them for 2,000 years, or seen them not 2,000.
What's the use on Vong? Get wrecked.
Oh my God! If they did, I'd just be like, "What has happened?" And you look at it's like Forward by Ryan Johnson. Real quick, and this is I put this in the same thing. Have you seen this meme on the internet that says guys walk away from destruction? Cool guys walk away, or no, not cool guys. Guys walk away from destruction. So it's a picture of Wolverine, and there's like a huge explosion. Yeah. It's Bruce Willis jumped off the building, huge explosion. It's the Joker in Dark Knight, huge explosion, or the hospital. It's a picture of Ryan Johnson in front of a Star Wars Last Jedi poster.
Yeah, I saw that one.
I did not.
Yeah.
But so Claudia Gray, Charlie Soule.
This is the one where they had an image,
Kevin Scott
on the board that showed
just
dinosaurs.
in Ireland, like tons of people. Hold on, just tons of good quality Star Wars writers are on it, and Paulo Hidalgo's involved, and kind of it looks like he was kind of leading this, or really close, either him or Charlie Soule. I'm not quite sure, but in the video, now I'll link to the video in the show notes, but it was a big giant writer's room just kind of pitching things. And now you were talking about they had all these ideas on this wall.
But this one was circled, I think. And it was the word dinosaurs. Mm. And I actually think they miswrote it. And I think they're actually trying to write dino saucers. Remember that show? Dino saucers!
No.
You don't remember
What?
dinosaurs? Really?
Come on, boss man. You don't remember this? It was dinosaurs that come to Earth in spaceships.
No.
They befriend some kids, and they form the dino saucers.
No.
You're right.
And one of them's like this, big boss.
Of every cartoon ever
Right.
like
I
that.
know. That's the only great.
But that was stroke doing that voice.
I got to remember to add that in the show notes.
Yeah, you should put. I can sing the whole song.
The
if you
intro
need.
to
It's only dino saucers.
I've never, ever heard of that.
It was syndicated. It came on in 88, 89 maybe, or 87,
I was
88.
too busy watching Fraggle Rock or something.
Yeah,
No, this is post Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
He probably still was watching Fraggle Rock.
He
Right?
might
Yeah,
have.
maybe so.
Or the cartoon version that
Anyway,
was on
they
NBC.
have dinosaurs in there, and I don't know the connection.
Do you remember what was the game with Kyle Katarn? Not
Dark
Shadows.
Forces?
Yeah, Dark Forces. Do you remember there was that one Velociraptor like Sith looking thing he had to fight?
It's been ages, but yeah,
there was.
probably.
I mean, I could be misremembering because my email for the last bajillion years is Jedi Raptor,
Right.
and so I've always wanted there to be. And then somebody was like, "There is. It's in that game." Let's see if I can find.
Yeah, so there's like this
So
picture.
JD is pro dinosaur.
Yeah, I am totally
Are
pro
you
dinosaur.
really pro
What is
dinosaur?
more scary than a Velociraptor? A Velociraptor with a lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're talking about like,
Clever
is
girl.
it a? I'd take a crate dragon. Is that a dinosaur?
No, it's a dragon.
Yes.
It's in its name.
Yeah, but does it count as a?
Ready? Rancor. That's totally a dinosaur.
Yeah, so that's a dinosaur. So okay, if that's what they're talking about, but if they're talking about anything else but that, I have issue with it.
I think they would do a Star Wars-esque. I mean, they don't. Star Wars doesn't have like.
Oh wait a second.
They don't have like horses. They have like Star Wars horses.
There's something called the Tis Shar that's Legends. I don't know it. Oh look.
Coleman Traber.
Here's my problem with this. This is Star Wars race. I don't know what it's from.
It's Legends.
I looked up Jedi Dinosaur and that dude came up. Coleman Trevor from the scene.
That's straight up.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's a dinosaur.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur.
You know. The planet. Nope. They're just from some planet.
Nope.
I don't really. The species was caught up in an imperial scheme 8 months after the Battle of Yavin. So they're sentient. They're not just like creaturely. They look stupid as hell, but what else? They don't wear pants. These dinosaurs are pantless.
As they should be.
No, if they're sentient, the first thing you do when you become
They're
sentient...
not mammals, which means they don't have a dangly. It doesn't matter.
I understand, but then they become sentient. And like, first thing they do is pants.
We have pants because we have danglies.
Excuse me.
I don't wear pants because I have danglies.
Ready
I need something for pockets.
Okay.
If I could dangle something off my danglies that held pockets, I'd be fine.
That's a point purpose for your testicles.
Counselor, I'd like to make a point.
Yes.
Donald Duck.
Not a mammal.
And doesn't wear pants.
But he wears a shirt. So he at least acknowledges, and a hat.
Because he's a sailor.
Daffy Duck is nude.
Well, Daffy Duck has problems. I mean, have you ever seen him?
But he's
fits of
sentient.
rage. He is sentient.
Just,
Yeah, I'm not into it at all. In fact, I would have preferred it to be 2,000 years plus. Like, I think they should have gone older, like old Republic.
We talked about this.
We did slightly.
We know because in the last episode
It was technically the Mando episode.
Yeah.
Okay. When we talked about like I wanted. Oh no, it was in our little chat where I was talking about how I wanted some old school like the Jedi were like Texas Rangers.
Yes.
Running around.
So that's what you're going to get. So the core from what the core is kind of like, and the way they're pitching it is like Knights of the Round. That's the Jedi, or like the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay.
So
so they go on various adventures.
Right. So you got those guys. Then the Republic hasn't. It has borders to the Outer Rim, and so there are Jedi on the Outer Rim who are more like Texas Rangers.
Oh, Fenris Rangers. Wrong show. Damn it.
Either or, but I think Fenris Rangers don't have badges. I think.
Yeah, but Fenris Rangers are like cooler. They're cooler than Texas Rangers.
I don't know. I've known some cool Texas Rangers.
No, the only cool Texas Ranger is named Chuck or Walker
or Wyatt.
No one's as cool as Walker.
Wyatt wasn't a Texas Ranger.
He was before he became that sheriff, wasn't he?
No, he was in Dodge City, Kansas. He was a sheriff.
That's right.
And then he became a marshal. And then,
Same difference.
and then, and then
Texas and
then,
all of its Rangers beg to differ.
and most likely started an illegal war in territories. But it gives us such a good movie.
It's one of my favorites of all time. Yeah, I'm not super keen on the High Republic stuff. But
So I like the idea.
Maybe they're telling us how to watch it.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
With dinosaurs?
High Republic.
Oh.
One of those.
Maybe they're like, it's going to have
Do you want
dinosaurs.
some death
and
sticks?
totally be stoned.
Yeah. So you have a death stick and just enjoy it.
So
Yeah.
This is so awesome.
Vader rips.
So the bad guys, I forgot their name because it didn't stick, but they're kind of Vikings.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. How does that work?
And so they're like they don't have a lot of stuff, but they're making sure that you don't have stuff either. So they're coming to take your stuff.
So they're Tusken Raiders in space.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but I don't. How do they have? It's like I just look. It goes back to the same thing. Like, okay, here's this high technology
I like
crap,
how it just-
and these guys are going to be like, oh, but we were primitive. We barely have. Like, are they the Reavers?
No, I don't think they're primitive.
Then how are they Vikings?
Vikings weren't primitive.
No, they were advanced
I
for the
think
time.
the Vikings would beg to differ that they were primitive.
Yeah, but I mean, the concept is you have the concept of Vikings is that they rape and pillage, right? They en masse go make a raid.
They can take your
come
stuff.
back. Right?
Yeah,
they
they're
just
bad
take
guys.
stuff and just go. How is that? Why? Why in space do it? Like, why do it? When you're a Viking, it makes sense because they live in Greenland,
Okay,
Iceland, Denmark, wherever. Somewhere over there.
So I'm agreeing.
Sweden.
Places with fjords.
And coldness.
But how's that any different than Hondo Naka and his pirate band?
No, because he's smugglers. They're doing it for money. Like you can hire them. You can't hire. I'm sure you can't hire the Vikings.
Okay, Hondo wasn't a smuggler at the beginning. He was a pirate.
I understand. Pirates are respectable. Doing it for money. It's a different raid.
So are you trying to? So are you mad about if it's?
I'm mad about the use of the word Viking in Star Wars.
Well, so
It's too much.
I don't think.
Too much of a 20th century.
No, I don't
term.
think they're like we are Vikings. I don't think they're saying.
No, I understand. It just seemed like it's too much of a 20th century. Like, come up with that.
But
feels.
okay, so you. Okay, so you're hung up on Vikings, but we go Texas Ranger, like, okay, whatever, and you just bypass that. It's the same thing. We're just describing what they're like.
I get it, but the concept of, all right, so a Texas Ranger makes sense inside of the Star Wars universe when you describe it that way, right? You have people on the Outer Rim. It makes sense to me. The Viking side of it, no. Raider side of it, yes. It's just, it's to me, the use of that phrase sets up a whole different thing.
But it's the same thing.
And they're not going to do what the Vikings did. The Vikings literally raped and pillaged. They're not going to put rape in Star Wars, so why use Vikings?
They should put rape in Star Wars.
Okay, that's a strong statement.
I'm just going to say...
Sorry, I'm anti-rape in Star Wars. I'm going to stand on that. That's a hill I'll die on.
No, there should be no rape in Star Wars. I'm just saying, like...
I don't know. You were like kind of pro-rape on that.
I'm not pro-rape. I'm saying they shouldn't use Viking because they're pro-rape. The Vikings are pro-rape.
Dude, we're going to get so many calls from Minnesota.
Oh, dear God. Dear Minnesota fans.
I'm just saying, do you have a group of people who just want to attack other people and take their stuff? They're bad guys.
They're pirates. Just call them space pirates.
That's a movie already. You can't do that.
That was a terrible movie.
It's Ice Pirates.
You're right. And Space Bandits.
Space
Right?
Time Bandits.
Time Bandits. Oh. Yeah. Space Movie 9.
I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
No, there's Space Truckers.
Space Truckers.
That's a real movie.
I just remember Space Herpes.
That was an Ice Pirates.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Well, my thought, though, is if they are, and I'm air quoting Vikings, not to trigger you again.
It's just a principle thing.
I'm going to put like a trigger warning.
So I was with a group back, and we were fighting a warlord in Burma, and this warlord would just steal all this stuff. And he would steal these rubies, sometimes the size of robin's eggs. And,
Yes.
and I can't even do it, but he wants to burn some stuff.
He just wants to burn some stuff. By the way, your Michael Caine is terrible.
I was trying to do it as if
Sure.
I don't know that I could do Michael Caine.
No, I don't.
That's not.
I mean,
terrible.
I need
That's
more
terrible.
than just, hey, do Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Because he's got such a... It's so...
You start Scottish when you
Yeah,
do that
I
too.
know.
You
Yes.
have to.
He's on the cusp though. You're
getting there.
Mr. Bruce. I'm not just going to do it now.
Work on it. Come
I
back.
work on, like, do you know how long I had to work on my Ewan so that Danny liked it and would date me?
That's a good plan though.
Yeah.
It was a good plan.
And it was train spotting Ewan, which was a little tougher.
Yeah.
Because, anybody could say, you are right about one thing, and the negotiations were short. I mean, you could say that.
Yeah.
The spirit-crushing, mind-numbing game shows from train spotting was tougher. But it works for
I kind of want to drop my panties.
I mean,
I'm holding some for some reason.
I don't buy the Viking thing.
I'm curious.
I'm not going to read the books. I'll tell you that.
I'll listen to them if
I will ask a friend. When it comes to Star Wars books, phone a friend. Be like, hey, Scotty, I'm driving to Minnesota. Apparently, you tell me all the books.
I like the idea. I don't like the execute. I'm not against books. I'm not. But
So you want rape and you hate books. Got it.
Basically.
Am I the only sane one left? Is that where we're at?
I mean, look.
I might start smashing my fists on the table, and we have just made the Fourth Reich.
I'm just saying.
Why does he sneak so good?
Oh, go watch Jojo Rabbit, and
It's brilliant.
it's good.
Not my favorite, but brilliant.
It's Star Wars is a visual thing,
I agree.
and to do you need some visual component. It's got
But they're going to have graphic novels or something, aren't they?
right
trades.
comics, but it's like I need a video or a video game or something to connect me outside of just hearing about the tales, because I'm just going to listen to stories.
Yeah.
And so, which is fine, but it's like, for me personally, it's not as engaging. I would rather have something I could get my teeth into, and then kind of, I'll take the books as a peripheral, like
It's
you do.
experiential.
Right,
Star Wars
right,
is
it's experiential,
experiential, and it's hard for me to experience it in a book.
I like that word.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a good
It's
word.
a good phrase.
Also, and I know you disagree because you've read a lot of Star Wars books, right?
Yes.
And
what did you-
Legends, though, not new stuff, right?
right,
Correct.
But
Yeah. So you really haven't read any books.
when I
I
was
got
reading,
retconned from memory.
when I read Legend stuff outside of the original Thrawn trilogy, I'm just kind of I can't finish them. They're dull.
See, I really enjoyed the Jedi Academy trilogy, which
Right.
is sort of the next logical step after the Thrawn trilogy. There were a couple there for a while that were. I know I've talked about this like in season 1, which apparently was 3 years ago.
Yep.
Just a long break between,
Dude.
or just really
Well, no, like
long
that went for
seasons.
like 2 years.
Yeah, we did a while.
But thank you, Facebook memory. Crap. Oh no, the Rogue Squadron books were amazing. I don't know.
I heard those were good.
Those Rogue Squadron, Race
When I had
Squadron.
someone tell me about them, I was very interested.
Yeah, and if you ever played X-Wing versus TIE Fighter,
Yeah.
like the first chapter of the first book was one of the missions that was dumb hard.
Yeah.
And it gave us Corran Horn, which is a great. I love that character.
Yep.
So
It also was a great X-Wing
he's still a
miniature
good
game. Is he?
Well, he's in the E-wing, but yeah.
No, they retconned him though, didn't they?
What do you mean?
Changed the meta.
Well, they brought out a second edition.
They did it change his flying style.
Well,
and stuff?
everything changes,
that's what I thought.
but it's also sort of a living game now.
Oh,
So
interesting.
they're constantly updating rules and doing points changes so that whatever's meta changes every 3 months,
Nice.
which is nice.
Yeah.
So
I don't even know.
I was terrible at X-Wing. I would just fly off like you. X-Wing, the game where you fly just like a half a centimeter off of it, and you're like, you're out. That ship's out. I'm like, well, I'm a terrible pilot. I just screw this game.
somebody actually came up with a campaign type style for it. It's called the Heroes of the Atari Cluster.
Oh, yeah.
and that is a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Because you can get your pilot. And
you
they
can
get
build stuff.
experience
Yeah, and you
build
add
up
stuff.
and
It's really
swap
neat.
ships if you get enough experience. It
Yeah.
is a
I
blast.
just want Drew to run Star Wars again. He runs the best Star Wars game.
Cool.
I just take it out of control. It goes very meta movie real fast. I just like people that look. And here's my thing. This is why experiential is important to me in Star Wars, because that's what I think it really comes down to. Marvel doesn't have that ability. Star Wars is the only one. Star Trek had it and they lost it. Star Wars has retained that. So when they put out stuff that's just literary or just published or 2D, let's just say, if it's just flat 2D type stuff, content, analog content, it just kind of. It's not as it doesn't make the experience. It doesn't heighten the experience whatsoever, and it's harder to reach that audience. Right, that's a really dedicated audience to dive in on that kind of content.
Right.
So
I mean, even so this is not the first time they've tried this. The last time they tried this was Shadows of the Empire, which is fun.
yeah, but it had like a crossover. I mean, it was epic.
Right, and it's
Book, game, soundtrack.
Yeah, it had a
Was
soundtrack.
amazing. Yeah, it was epically good. Though.
right, and so
Zizo.
right, and which is
I love Prince Ezor. I thought he was a great bad guy.
He's like the next bad guy I wish they would pull in from Legends. I really because I know the Fallen are in Clone Wars. And it's like, why not have Shizor? I mean, just come on. It's
And we've got the Black Sun now. From,
right.
from Solo.
So get Guri up in there. And, oh man.
Yeah.
Of course. I read the original book, and that's like 30 chapters, and there's probably 25 references to the bathroom. There's a lot of weird references to the fresh. It's the first time I heard the term fresher.
The fresher.
Yeah. But it's like I forgot who wrote it. Like he discovered that and is like, I'm going to use it a lot.
But you know what? I actually appreciate that because the fact that in 95% of movies, nobody ever goes to the bathroom.
Right, no, I'm not,
and I know it's a snapshot of that situation.
I'm not against it. I'm just like, there's a lot of references to it.
Maybe they had space herpes. They
had to. But it took Rebels to finally see one, and then The Mandalorian to really expand on that.
Yeah, of course.
Vac tubes.
Well, that and you gotta evacuate your thorax.
Good thorax.
I missed that show.
A couple more months.
Yep.
So I'm on the fence for High Republic. I will, but I mean, I'll look at it because the show. I feel it's my job as a podcast host for a Star Wars show. I should do that. So I'll take one for the team on that one. And then
I might read the comics.
Yeah, but I'm not excited, and I want to be.
Yeah.
Like, I like the idea of Jedi Texas Rangers. I like that idea. I'm not so keen about the Knights of the Knights of the Round Table stuff.
I just feel like the Jedi, they have to be a little more high and mighty. They're
Right.
pharisaical in nature, so I kind of want to see them in that space. But then it makes me not like them, right? Because then it's suddenly like they're assholes. That's a word.
What?
Pharisaical.
I know, but all I could think of was, "Oh, Caiaphas, the council waits for you."
Just crushing it today. Can we
I
talk
know
about
what
the
words.
Bad Bunch?
I know what words mean.
It's all you have to
Can we
do.
Bad Bunch it a little bit at some point?
Sure.
Because
I don't know what that means. What?
You haven't watched the new...
Have you seen the Clone Wars?
No.
Oh, we about to spoil some stuff.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
We can switch
So
gears.
first off, the Bad Bunch is right in my sweet spot.
So the first 3 episodes of the new season of Clone Wars, I'll let you explain it.
Well, I mean, they just throw you into a story where they bring in a group of... basically, I would call it the Dirty Dozen, except it's,
I've heard
it's 4 people.
What's going on?
Or whatever. And each one of them is a ripoff
The
of
Quasi
another.
Quattro.
Yeah. the Quasi Quattro. There you go. But it's a ripoff of...
I will allow it.
There's one guy who literally is Rambo.
Yeah.
And he looks like the 1980s cartoon Rambo.
Or Solid Snake.
Or Solid Snake, either way.
Right.
Either way, he was either or.
Same mullet, everything. It's
He
beautiful.
pulled off that helmet. I was like John Rambo.
But they're actually more like G.I. Joes.
They are.
And that's what's so amazing. So you have like the knife guy, who's also John Rambo looking dude. You have big muscle guy who throws shit. You have a guy whose name is Tech. Like, good job reaching out.
Who has glasses?
Who was
and
the
has a visor.
He's one of the first G.I. Joes because
Yeah,
like
and then
their
you have,
names were
like
Sharpie.
Flash and
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he's definitely one of those
Gunner
guys.
and
But and then you have the
Tracker.
sniper guy whose name is Shooty or something.
Man, my guys, I'm good shot. Why'd you give me such a lame name?
Yeah, well, he's a clone. But so what's interesting though is you have this group and they get paired up and they introduce him. These dudes like take out an entire droid army with a knife.
Nice.
I mean, it's pretty ridiculous.
they could probably win the war by themselves.
Oh yeah, they're pretty OP.
They're
In gaming
OP.
terms, they're
Yeah.
super OP.
They're a bunch of Mary Sues. It's great.
and they
But they're guys, so it's okay. Phantom Menace isn't getting on them.
no,
nope.
they're
No,
dudes.
they're totally good.
Okay.
All
Okay.
dongs there. They're fine.
Long dongs go to heaven. I don't know why I went
Make
that way. Just-
that movie.
I'm sure someone has.
Hold up. Pornhub.
You type that in.
I'm on a watch list.
You go down that path, you can't come back.
Yes, I can.
Funny
There's a
enough-
private feature on my phone.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Funny enough, both films were started by Burt Reynolds.
My
Dong
God.
DeLuise.
Oh, Dong DeLuise.
Dong DeLuise. Star Wars show.
But they go on these. They actually have these G.I. Joe inspired zany adventures to go rescue. That's a pretty big spoiler.
I don't care.
All right,
Go ahead.
Did you go rescue Echo?
Okay.
Which is a big deal. Like, it's crazy. They developed this whole concept that Echo's still, or they start getting suspicious and they Batman their way into figuring out Echo's still alive.
So
and,
the Trade Federation has the Separatist Army has figured out.
and they introduced a new bad guy. I don't remember Spider Guy before. Was he? In,
Yeah, he's an old.
I barely remember him then.
But the Separatist Army has figured out like the Republic's like all their strategies.
It's very much a war movie.
Right.
That's why I think
And
I like it so far.
So they find out that it's from this one place on this one planet, and so they're sending Bad Batch in to go stealthily go in there
With
as
Anakin
and Rex.
And Rex.
Rex goes because he left Echo behind, and so he feels guilty. Anakin goes because he's Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
And he doesn't do a lot though.
No.
That's the thing. Like, he's pretty chill in these. I mean, it's about the clones,
It's
which is
about the clones.
awesome.
Yeah, it's about the clones.
Cool.
It's very
It's
much
called
a
Clone Wars, so
It's
that's
very
good.
yeah, but some of the episodes weren't.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you weren't being a
No.
okay.
I'm
got
saying
it.
it's Clone Wars.
You're being delightful.
Yeah.
He's being delightful. Delightful.
Could you say that as Ewan McGregor, please?
Oh, it's quite delightful.
Yeah, there we go.
Delightful. Teddy Roosevelt's favorite word.
Yeah, interestingly enough, also mine.
I have been listening to a book about Teddy Roosevelt and William H. Taft.
And how are they related to Star Wars again?
Have you
They
listened to our
carried
show?
a stick. They carried a stick.
Got it.
Thank you there for the save.
Got you.
Something about getting stuck in bathtubs.
so-
I'm not sure.
So we have this scene, and
They both
eventually
have toys made after them.
it spans
No.
3 episodes of them going to look for Echo, and we get to the bankers. What are they? The Bankers Guild, or what are they called? What are they?
There's Techno Union.
Techno Union. Thank you. Not the Bankers Guild. Techno Union. And why the Techno Union has different bots that are just as stupid as the other separatist bots is kind of beside. I just don't understand, like, why.
Right.
Why do they have?
It's like upgrading. Well, I mean, they're not stupid. It's just I don't think they are. They're upgraded battle droids, but
they still make the same stupid.
Okay. Well, the good guys have to win.
I know. It's just the banter. I've always hated the droid banter. I can't stand it.
I'm like crazy about Roger.
Yeah, I can't.
It took to episode.
Hey, what's this guy over here? And then it's like,
no, I was really against it, and it took to episode. My first time watching episode 3, and I saw it in the theater, and then there's something that's clicked, and if you just treat them as another alien race, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And so all that stuff just once I've realized that, I'm okay with it.
Tough times.
Okay with that.
I just never understood why they needed to verbally communicate in basic.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they could just send bursts of binary at each other, just like, blah.
Yeah, but the 5
I mean, it doesn't play.
Well, yeah, but the 5-year-olds this is targeted at. It's, you
Oh, can you imagine the last 20 years, kids going, blah, blah, when they're playing, cops and robots?
Yeah.
Be less
Cops
children.
and robots.
Be less.
How many kids do you know that play cops and robots?
If the battle droids were more badassery, they probably would.
The big, what are the super battle droids are?
Yeah,
They're
they
chill.
don't talk.
They don't talk.
No, the better ones are the Droidicas, the rollers.
Droidecas?
Yeah, those are awesome.
Destroy us.
They just roll in.
Master,
shield.
destroy us.
But apparently, if you take a grenade and do this, like there's a shield, and you just like slow roll it, it kills them.
Well, it's because the slow penetrates the shield.
I love Dune. I love Dune.
Dune.
So by the 3rd episode, they find Echo. But what I thought was interesting is when they see Echo, when you finally get to when he's revealed, his whole body's been like plugged in. He's very Borgy looking.
He's very Borgy looking.
But I think it's interesting in perspective that who they go back to get assistance to do the same shit to Anakin, because his arms and legs are gone. They've been replaced by like droidy parts. He's got tubes in his head, but he's still conscious and sentient. I'm just saying, like, is that the same group that maybe did this to? I just thought it was a nice parallel.
No, I think
especially
it's good.
Anakin sitting there looking at it, his mouth watering a little bit.
I'm digging it.
The answer to that, though, is probably no.
Bravo, sir. Bravo.
No.
Unlimited power.
God, that stuff is bad.
Side note, I won't get to a lot of this because we talked a little bit about it. But if you think that's bad, I just got through watching an anime on Netflix, and just the dialogue in that.
No, I can't watch anime anymore.
So I'm like, I'm all right with Star Wars now.
No offense.
I'm like,
no offense to anybody who can get through it. I just can't mentally get through it.
Like something like Cowboy Bebop, I'm fine. Cowboy Bebop was
100%. Trigun
noir.
was the same way for me. Trigun got really heady at the end.
Yeah, I agree.
But the front half of it was amazing.
I like Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star was great. It was basically Firefly.
Yeah, I never actually watched it.
Outlaw Star's good.
It's
fun.
good. Same thing though. They're very Americanized.
Yeah. But like my first was Akira, right? Like,
right. Yeah, but that's so heady. No
Man,
pun
I'm like
intended.
8 watching Akira and just like, this is our 10. It's like,
that's what.
Appleseed was a good one. Ever seen that with the big robot? That one's kind of fun.
Fist of the North.
Of course, he punches through people's faces and shit. And when I was a kid, I was like, "This is great,
dude." Everybody loved Ken, but I loved Ray, dude. Like he just did his fingers in things, and lines showed up, and they died. They were diced.
Yeah,
you just walked by him and like ham cubes.
Yeah,
it was great.
I liked
Ninja Scroll was good too.
Yeah. I think realistically, the first one I was introduced to was Voltron.
I never considered that actual anime.
It was because it came from Japan. It was just
it was 2 different shows though. That's the one thing.
Yeah,
like,
and for
cars are dumb. We don't want to talk about the cars.
Yeah, the car. But that was one show. That was like a totally different show. That was not Voltron. They just rebranded it in the U.S.
And then
Voltron.
Well, no, it had to have been because like Pidge was in it for a couple episodes.
It was a separate show. I read this whole thing on it. Huh. I could be totally wrong. If I am, fans, send us some email to
prove you're listening.
Scotty at ScottyWhiteShow.com. God, Scotty.
I can just hear the clicks. Native American.
Talk to Kohas about that. I don't know anything. Kohas at ScottyWhite.com.
Please, can I have that email address?
I think I can set that up for you.
I'm official. Kohas at ScottyWhite.com. I'm going to have like, guys, I opened a set of your email. You had 3,000 emails of angry people.
From Minnesota.
Something about pro rape and Vikings. I'm not quite sure.
Disney called and said you can't talk about Star Wars. It's cease and desist. Clearly, you do not fall into our agenda, sir. Like, no, I'm one of the good ones. What do you mean?
So back to the Clone Wars real quick.
Yeah.
The first 3 episodes are fine. It's not.
I love it.
Right, but it's not my. See, you're more that kind of Saving Private Ryan war guy.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
Right, which I'm fine with it, but like, I'm waiting for Ahsoka Maul.
No, I'm all in for that.
But
I think they're going to close out these micro arcs. I think they're setting up micro arcs, and I think the Bad Bunch is going to end up. They're setting it up that they don't have chips.
Right.
So I think the Bad Bunch is going to be very important during Order 66. That's what I think they're setting up.
So, question is, do you think they're going to show that?
Yeah, I do. I think that's the end of it. I think they take us to it. I really do. I'd love it if they would.
Because I really want to see Depa Billaba and Caleb Doom. I would love to see him survive that. And just because there's a little bit of that in the comic. The canon comic is really good if you ever get a chance to read it. But I'd like to see that kind of.
I think that they've got to. If this is the last season of, you got to take us to that point.
Right.
You've got to take us up to a moment in which everything changes.
Back.
Yeah, and you don't have to show Annie. And we know what happens.
Yeah, we know what happens to Annie.
So give me everybody else.
And
We also don't have
else.
to ever call him Annie, by the way. We can just call him Anakin.
That's true.
Here's the thing.
Sure, Annie.
Okay, so here's the thing. So you've not watching, but here's a spoiler that I think is fascinating. So there's a really, really good scene in the start of the second episode, I think, of this, and it's Anakin talking to Padme.
Oh yeah,
who's back at Coruscant. And he's on the front lines. He doesn't get to talk to her, so she hasn't talked to her in a couple of weeks. And so they're having this connect, and she's clearly starting to show, which is kind of cool.
And Rex is covering for her.
So Rex knows.
Okay.
Rex knows that this is, and he's covering, and then. And he's only covered for Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan's looking, where's that? And Anakin, and he's like, he's just checking my gear, sir, or whatever. And so, but they're having that, they're having this really sweet moment between Padme and Anakin, and then he ends the transmission and goes outside and hands Rex's helmet, goes, just checks out, and then Obi-Wan says, "Did you say hi to Padme for me?" And then that just changes the entire dynamic of. Episode 3.
I always thought Obi-Wan knew.
Right. So like
Obi-Wan's not stupid.
Right. So
but to have it confirmed though, I think is
it's major. It's huge. It's huge. And so it takes episode 3 in a different perspective. So how long has Obi-Wan always known? If he's not, did he know after Satine? I think he knows after Satine, because Obi-Wan has his moment of what life could have been for him if he did not choose the Jedi path.
Right.
He falls in love with Satine.
Right.
Straight, you cannot tell me otherwise. Right. So, and then.
But my only concern though is that it does make it an interesting dynamic that he didn't do anything about it. Both right or wrong.
Right. I agree.
It's very dynamic all of a sudden. Like to me, it was a very black and white issue, and it's not anymore. It's super gray for me.
It's very Qui-Gon of Obi-Wan not to say anything. Mm-hmm. It's very Qui-Gon, because Qui-Gon wouldn't have said anything about it either. I think Qui-Gon would have encouraged it.
Yeah.
Which would have been the
smart. Wasn't Qui-Gon considered a kind of a radical Jedi?
Yeah, he's on the outside. He's which is the whole thing. Like they just like, you brought some random kid you found on a dust bowl here.
And everyone turns out he's gonna ruin us all. You son of a bitch.
And everyone goes, did you not sense the evil? Obi-Wan's like, they can all feel it, buddy.
He's like, no, he's a good kid. I got him. Don't worry about him.
Living force.
And he's got these midichlorians in him. I think we're good. We just made those up, by the way.
So I'll train him. It'll be great. Then he fucking dies.
Yes.
And Obi-Wan's like,
did you think he's saying Stone Temple Pilots?
Probably.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it because I'm half the man.
Oh.
That's more of a Darth Maul song.
Yeah, he got stabbed.
Oh, you're right. Well, he got cut in half in my head.
So he might have been tripping on a hole in his heart.
Oh. But does I like playing what ifs, and this is a great time for a what if, and just I know no one's prepared because it's just going to me.
Great, Michael Caine again.
Do we get Vader if Qui-Gon trains Anakin?
Yes, because there's a prophecy. Of course, we've talked about the prophecy.
No,
I'd say the prophecy was fulfilled.
Do we get it's I kind of want that story.
That'd be a great what if.
Dude, I love those old comics.
Oh yeah, the Infinities
The
thing.
Infinities?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
And they crash the Death Star in Coruscant because Yoda puts IG-88's brain in it or whatever. Come on. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was total batshit and some of that stuff.
That was amazing.
It was great. I don't know if you would. Here's why I don't think you would. I think that Qui-Gon's sort of loose approach provides Anakin just enough. I think he would have. I don't believe there's gray Jedi, but he would have been in that straddling
don't
line.
start that. Freddie Prinze
Right.
Jr. Get on
Yeah,
this.
he'll get you.
But
He'll
come
cease
on,
and
Freddie.
desist you.
Freddie, I'm right here. It's Cohas at ScottyWhite.com.
He puts the men in Mandalorian.
Just for my sake, bring Mrs. Prince Jr. just so we can talk Buffy
Yeah,
while
he's-
you're whipping his
Is that who
ass.
he's married to still?
Yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah,
I didn't know he was still married
they
to
just did this adorable dishwasher commercial together.
Aw,
And not everybody in Hollywood splits up.
just most.
Mostly.
But I think it would have balanced him back out enough because he would have had enough like freedom. I think Anakin's struggle, where he formed out of it, was the fact that
No, Anakin's whole struggle was losing people he loved.
and Qui-Gon was one of them.
Right, but he still probably would have lost Mom.
No, I think Qui-Gon would have gone. I think he would have been like, "Go get your mom." Like he would have been like, "Don't worry about it. I got this space pad over here."
And I'm kind of
So-
single and horny.
so
Go get Shmi.
Go get your mom. If Shmi could make that kind of level of midichlorians without any goo inside, then maybe we can
All right,
just.
so I have.
There's nothing gross about that. I'm talking about space goo. whatever lives inside midichlorians.
syphilis, right?
All I can think of is the literal space herpes from Ice Pirates now rolling across the floor.
So, losing everyone is not his complete focus. That's not.
But it's the fulcrum for every time he loses it a little bit more.
Right. That's what pushes him over the edge. But that you also have to understand, he's got the frustration of he is under the impression that he's the greatest Jedi. And he's awesome, right? Especially the frustration of him in 2. And Attack of the Clones, he is just like... a ball of anger.
Obi-Wan's holding me back.
Right.
Constantly.
Qui-Gon wouldn't have done that. I don't think Obi-Wan and Anakin have the relationship, especially in 2, that I think Anakin and Qui-Gon would talk. Anakin would be like, "Hey, Qui-Gon, every time I see Padme, my dick gets hard.
Yeah.
What do I?
I get these strange feelings. Kid, you're 7 years old, or whatever the fudge he was in that stupid.
But you know, I don't think he has that conversation with Obi-Wan.
Right.
She gets my pod racing.
Right, but I don't think he has that conversation, and so I think that he's. However, he is very strong in the Force, and so rightfully so, he's angry about being held back because he is being held back because no one knows
But
what
that's
to do
partly.
with him.
Here's my thing: it's partly Obi-Wan's fault.
Oh, of course it
If
is.
you look at it, when Qui-Gon expires, right, when he gets imaginarily cut in half, when he expires, Obi-Wan is a young guy. He's a Padawan at the time, right? He upper tier Padawan, but and all of a sudden he is now given this child to raise.
Right.
It's 3 men and a little lady, except with the weird Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, Obi-Wan's what?
I think he's like 18, 19.
I would say, but late teens, early 20s.
Yeah.
When
he gets to cut off his braid.
when he cuts off, yeah. And he's like, all right,
Guess I'm a dad.
I'm a dad.
Right.
I was his age when he was born. That's
So now all of a
Oh my
sudden-
God, that's a great sitcom. We need to make that.
No joke. Now all of a sudden he's stuck with this kid, and I think that alters. So I think some of it could be Obi-Wan is like, maybe during the course of it, he's like, "You stupid shit." I wish maybe he's verbally abusive. We don't know about it.
Obi-Wan, no, sir. No, sir.
So what I like about,
Sometimes the nicest people in public are the real jerkwaters behind the closed
but I
doors.
like,
Stop messing with Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota, that was not an attack. You clearly, I would like the defense.
counselors.
Counselors. Dear jury, yeah, you were going to say? Syphilis?
I like the dynamic into where it's Anakin's like, hey, this man is a father. And he tells Padme, he's like a dad to me. He's like a father to me. And that all changes in Clone Wars.
Yep.
Mostly because I think Dave Filoni and his team are better writers than Lucas.
Of course.
and
they're way more equal
They
in Clone Wars.
make Anakin interesting.
Yeah.
Instead of this, there are some episodes where he is still kind of Anakin, but a lot of times he's not. He's the hero we need him to be. And Anakin and Obi-Wan's relationship goes from father to son to brothers.
Yeah.
Which leads up to "You Were My Brother" in episode 3. It falls apart again in episode 3 because he goes back to being whiny and whatever.
Right.
Yeah, which is the beauty and the flaw of Clone Wars. It's so well written, but it's bookended by this terrible icing.
So do you think then, and again, just memory, when would have Senator Palpatine, paper-faced, when,
Let's just call him Chief. Just call him Chief.
When would have she learned of Anakin's relationship with Padme?
I always.
I think he knew always.
Yeah.
Always. Like from the moment it happened.
The shadow he's put over the Force to hide his presence, I'm pretty sure gives him mild cognitive powers.
I'm just wondering if it's the same sort of vibe, like, Obi-Wan's known, and Sheev now knows, and that's allowing him to kind of start setting up this.
Sheev knew when they were at that little award ceremony on Naboo in episode 1. Like he's
I don't know about
not
that.
I mean,
No,
Because I get your point. I see what you're saying.
I am the most powerful politician in the galaxy, and my homeworld is Naboo. There's no way you're having a secret wedding on my planet and not knowing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very valid point, but I also know there's some looks he gives at that little award ceremony with Boss Nass and the big bluey ball.
Whatever that, I don't even know what that is.
But like, we already know that Anakin's in love with her just from first sight.
Oh, cute little puppy love.
Being an angel, blah blah blah.
Are you an angel?
It would be nothing for him. Yes, he's the most powerful politician in the galaxy, but he's also the most masterful manipulator in the galaxy.
Right.
There was a word here, a suggestion there over the next few years to, especially if she's on planet being senator, on Coruscant being senator after she's queen, it's nothing for him to slowly build Anakin's attraction.
I don't think anything was real, though, until episode 2.
Yeah, I don't know, because remember they had not seen each other since episode 1.
Right, but I don't think. I mean, there's a lot. Like, there's.
I think
especially
he took
in episode
advantage
3,
of it. I think he took, but I think it's the Sith way for him to take advantage of the situation. I'm with you. I get your point. And I'm with you because he's. And it could be just massive story flaw. He's super brilliant and doesn't make any mistakes, right? The entire time. Like, he's teed this shit up for years.
He's got plots within plots.
Yeah. I mean, it's impossible. Implausible is a better way to say it. Yeah. But I do wonder if there's a point in which he, somewhere along the way, he does figure it out. Or when does Anakin, is it just in episode 3 that Anakin starts talking to, I don't remember from the Clone Wars. Anakin doesn't talk to Palpatine much during the Clone Wars.
He was in conversation from between Clone Wars and episode 3. They had some conversations in episode,
but nothing like major though.
No, but you're led to believe in episode 3 that they talked a lot. He mentored him a lot.
Yeah. I think that's when he probably introduces it.
I think
it's late in the game
because I think Obi-Wan becomes a brother, Palpatine becomes a father for him.
Yeah.
So here's a question:
why'd they give him the same damn rank? Why is he a general as General Kenobi and General Skywalker? Why he could be like General 2-star General Kenobi versus maybe he
because
was,
all Jedi Knights are generals, and Anakin's a knight.
I understand.
So they're all they're just that's how they did it. I mean, Yoda's a general, and you think he'd be like a 10-star general? Yeah. So 5 on each.
Still just a 5-star.
Whatever.
But he's Yoda. He can do what he wants.
Space Wars.
Space Wars 9.
So.
Space Movie Night, sorry.
Do you think in their private conversations that Anakin told him?
Yeah, of course.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I think that's how he knows. I think he knew beforehand.
I bet.
But I think Anakin confesses.
Whether it's willing or not, though, I have no problem seeing Sheev being able to mind trick Anakin.
Probably.
Just dating anybody? A little hand wave.
I
kind of knocked up Padme. That was kind of fun.
It goes back to and again, learn me if I'm wrong, but Why Anakin? Why does Sheev pick Anakin?
Because Sheev manipulated the midichlorians and Shmi to create him.
That's not true.
That's
never
my theory.
been confirmed.
No, it's my shot. It's my theory.
Charlie Soule tried to put that out in the Vader comic. Well, the first run of the Vader comic, the one of the most recently, and he kind of hinted at that stuff, and Lucasfilm just was like, really, really stayed away from that. They're like, it's just a Force vision. Dark side of the Force does that.
Yeah. I mean, like, they can,
I get it. That would make sense.
it's either that or it's an immaculate conception.
Well, it was the will of the Force.
So I think in Legends, in the Dark Plagueis book, when Sheev and Plagueis are trying to cheat death, they create Anakin. That's part of it. That's how.
Yeah, because they talk about like in that whole.
Yeah, it's
the whole. Have you ever heard of the tale?
Right.
You know.
No, but is that even in the films? I thought that got cut.
No. That's in the novel, the Plagueis novel.
Oh no, I'm talking about at the opera.
No, that's in the movie.
Is it in? I thought it was, for some reason I thought it was a deleted scene.
The Dark Plagueis, the Sith legend. Yes, that doesn't set off any red flags for him.
Yeah.
Because
I'm sorry. His name is what now? Dark Plague.
Oh, you say Sith? But of course, no one sees red flags. I point at Padme.
Right.
Oh, I've killed women and children. That's all right.
But your ass is fine, Annie. It's fine.
Here, have a sandwich. It's okay.
No, not a sandwich. I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
I know. I just thought it was interesting. I love the way the conversation ended. When I may try to come up with a weird weird topic.
No. I think but that's look, at this point, that's the interesting side of Star Wars, is being able to have that discussion.
Right.
And not,
I think it's great.
You can't do that with the 3 new films.
No, we could.
Yeah.
Well, there's a new one. We talked about the novelization. You heard about this? That Palpatine made a clone of himself, slept with a woman, made Rey. This is in the book. Made Rey, and then that clone died, and then he cloned himself again and so he's like 3 generations of clones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But Rey is not the granddaughter of Palpatine. She is the literal daughter of Palpatine.
Yes, but not of that Palpatine. It's like 2 generations of Palpatine clone, therefore granddaughter. I'm trying to help.
I know. It's just so bad. So she is. I just don't. I don't understand what the importance and significance is of her. Is it the idea that you can choose your own destiny? Is that what you're trying to say the whole time? Like, is that all you wanted to say? Like,
no,
you're not born into anything. You can choose your own destiny.
Do you know what it is? It's goddamn hubris. And it's exactly what it is. It's hubris. It's J.J. Abrams writing this damn thing and goes, I wonder what make the audience go, oh, she's a Palpatine. Oh, that's what it is. It's nothing more than that. It's
you know what would have done it 10 times better for me?
Lazy trope.
Had she been Kylo's sister.
Right.
Like, literally, I go back and watch The Force Awakens, and if you watch the front half of that, watch her with... I feel like they were going down that road and changed it.
Right.
If you watch her with Han, the way she holds a blaster, the way she does everything, she's him.
Right.
Her mannerisms are all modeled, and I think they were going down that path, and they're like, nah, we changed our mind at the last minute.
Like they did with Jar Jar.
No.
No. Jar Jar Plagueis?
No. No. I relented on Kevin. No. I gave y'all Kevin. No.
Has Misa ever told you
I'm
the
gonna
tale
turn
of
this
me?
podcast right around.
Misa one time figured out.
Kevin and his binky, and it's like a little hooded Darth Binky.
I hate you all. I hate you all.
It's terrible.
Oh,
but I love it.
What is wrong with you people?
You asked about what ifs?
No.
Well, okay, Scotty, what if? What if?
Oh, why does my soul hurt?
Stepped wrong?
I must have had to.
Okay.
Before we end this podcast, I have to brag.
Go ahead.
I was in Orlando this past weekend, and I got to go to Star Wars Land.
Jelly.
Oh, that's right.
I'm jealous.
And it is as amazing as you would think it is. Disney.
Do the people screw you up though, or no? Does it not matter? Like, I'm talking about the other idiots at
Implying he's an idiot?
yeah, the people from Minnesota at Disney.
Called
How so?
like the other idiots, like pointing at Scotty, like
No.
Well, I mean,
That's not what I meant. The others.
my other
the human beings.
I'm the
the
Native American pop culture
non-Scotties.
spirit guide, also idiot. I know my place. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. I mean,
was just
ask my
kidding,
ex-wife.
Minnesota.
I totally.
Yeah. No. The other patrons. Did they take you out of it?
No.
Okay.
No. There's a suspension of disbelief because we're all travelers to this place, so it's a busy trade hub.
That's fun.
So here's what Disney does that I think is amazing. So it is on the back end of the park, and there's a tunnel that you go into it to go into from one angle, and then it's a path to lead out. But the moment you cross into it, you are in Star Wars land. You feel as close. I mean, I know I'm on Earth, but this is the closest I can be on another planet.
Right.
And I don't hear or see or even notice the rest of the park.
Now, that's what I was going to ask, because I read something that says you can't even see the rest of the park.
No, you can't. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see
You
anything.
can't even hear it.
No.
It's nothing.
What I heard was speeder sounds and ships taking off, and I mean that's the ambient sound that they're
That is
pumping,
unreal.
popping through the place. Looks amazing. It's Resistance era, so it's new. It's a sequel trilogy era, so everything looks. I mean, it has a.
Right. At some point along the way, the story just falls apart, though.
No, not yet.
did you miss the like middle part of the park? You got the first of
You
it.
get the first part.
and then you blinked and you were at the Falcon.
Right.
So there's a whole section. It doesn't make any sense. It's red.
There are the neatest thing though is the there's so much good stuff. It's just the way it looks, and they're like walking in there. They have like a food stand where it's like Ronto stuff, and it's all like Earth food, but it's all doctored up to be Star Wars like. But they've got like this pod racing engine that's flaming, and it's like cooking Ronto meat and stuff. So it's got
awesome.
animatronic Ronto meat and stuff, and it's I've got video of that, and that's like the first thing you kind of really notice when you're in the middle of the park, and it's really cool. Nearly cried. I did cry when I saw the Falcon.
Yeah.
Because it's a life-size Falcon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the life-size, and so I got all misty-eyed and tried to take pictures, and I had to stop and relax and then take more pictures after I was like, I cannot do this. The antique shop where there's an Ithorian that runs it, and it's cool. That's where you get the lightsabers, and the holocrons are there. And I didn't buy anything this time.
Did you not get your Kalikiri?
I did not. I will. Here's the thing. I was expecting to go in there for free. They couldn't make that work, so I had to spend some money to go there.
Right.
And so I was like, I had other expenses, and I was like, I'm going to be responsible. I'll go and do the thing, and then I'll come back and get it.
I want to go, but I'm going to wait. I kind of want to spend or save my money for the next decade or whatever, and go when the hotel opens.
Yeah, I want to do the hotel.
I know.
Yeah, I want to do the hotel.
Tell me though, but
How
I
do
don't
we
want to.
expense that?
No, we can.
Yeah, we could.
Oh yeah, yeah. We just got started now.
Okay.
Little YouTube channel. It's just us talking about it. Right.
Okay.
Just one video a year, technically.
Okay.
Or a podcast. Wait, look at that.
Oh look, there you go. I only think it's going to be worth it with your friends that are into it.
Yeah.
I
Right.
do not think it would be a lot of fun by yourself.
Well, no. I mean, I wouldn't mind
that's
taking
the
my
ultimate singles cruise, but
like I wouldn't mind taking my family, but at the same time,
Fuck, my family will not be. My kids, my bratty ass little shitty kids, they are not going to cost me $2,000 to live some Star Wars.
Right.
No matter how much they want. I'll be like, you go run around in that park and drink some blue milk till you vomit.
but I do think
Daddy will be on a spaceship.
and as much as my
Roll
wife
Tide.
will hurt me for saying, I would like, other.
I mean, you could bring your kid if they're old enough to not like ask for the bathroom every 10 minutes.
Well, no, I mean,
Yeah, your kids are grown,
yeah,
right?
well,
Ish. Not the twins.
there's 11.
Oh,
They
yeah,
just
they're
wanna
fine.
They just want to snack every 5 seconds, not to pee.
Right.
But then you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fine. They're allowed.
I would
Just not my kids.
I would just like.
Unless we go in 10 years and your kids will be 21.
But they're not going to afford it,
Fair
and they
enough.
can pay their own way.
Well,
Science.
I think us three should go. I'm just
I
saying.
think the three of us would get.
What are
should
we
go.
doing?
I can get if we get a fourth, I can get us a condo for free.
I have us a place.
We
to
don't want
stay,
a condo.
but we want the hotel,
We want the
Oh,
hotel.
that's right. We're staying in the hotel.
which
Yeah.
apparently is $3,000 for 2 nights.
Well, okay, so that's
That's the rumor right
Yeah,
now.
no one knows yet. And
I'll totally do it. I have no shame in doing
no shame
it.
I'm saving for it
I
now.
have no $3,000. So
I don't either, but I'm saving for
I'll
it now.
figure out a way of getting you $3,000.
So,
boom for a year.
so here's the cool
Make
thing.
you a key grip.
So here's the cool thing I learned about doing a theme park by yourself.
Yeah.
I got to do things quickly and easily.
Yeah.
So when I got there's a cantina, which was one of my favorite things in the entire experience. But when I got there was a 45-minute wait, and so
You got there when it opened?
I got there. I got Galaxy's Edge about 10:30. I walked around Hollywood Studios for a little bit, and then I was really trying to psych myself in. I was like, I was preparing to be disappointed. I really was, and and I wasn't. But I was like, there's so much hype, and I'm just not gonna. And man, I was so wrong. And so I finally went in there and kind of breathed my fear and went in. And so I got there about that's why I didn't ride Rise of the Resistance, because I didn't get there. To ride Rise of the Resistance, you have to get there where the park opens, and you have to get the app and sign up for the thing, and so you can get the queue. It's crazy. So that's why I'm like, I'll wait to get the hotel, because I think it better come with the hotel. Shit, as much as you're paying for it.
But it also comes with allegedly a ride from the park to the hotel and back. It has its own ride. That's
It
just
lands
getting you
you
there.
quote unquote land on, and then you do an excursion like a cruise ship to Galaxy.
I'm not
Edge.
sleeping.
So
If I just paid $3,000, I ain't sleeping for 2 days, because they said it's fully immersive.
Yep.
Let's see how this goes.
Let's see how this sabacc
See,
runs.
if you did that and you just record that the entire time, I think you have gold.
Look,
Right.
we're doing sabacc. Where's the sabacc tables?
Yeah.
they were selling sabacc and some the chess game and
Tajiri.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And some other stuff too. They had booths. So the cantina. So
Yeah.
I get there. It's like a 40-minute wait, and the guy's like, "How many?" I went, "Just me." He said, "Cool." And then 3 minutes later, I went, "Scotty, wait." I get to skip the
Yeah.
There it is.
And so I stood at the bar, and the bartenders were really, they're into it. And so
They're in character?
They're in character.
Nice.
They talk to you, "Hey, traveler, what would you like?" And they good trade and all this. And I'm eating it all up because it's role play. And I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm LARPing Star Wars. It's great."
See, I wish that was 30 years ago when I worked there.
Right.
20 years ago.
Yeah, you'd be like the president of the whole damn thing.
You would love the hell out of
This
it.
JD guy is just really good at Star Wars, Ted.
Had blue milk. It's sweet. It's the way to describe it.
I imagine it's like.
Did you do the
strawberry
green or
milk.
just the blue?
the blue.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
no, you have to get green direct from the source, and they probably were.
They do have it. They have green
Do they?
teat milk.
the next thing I'm going to get is the carbonate freeze or something. They got it because I was almost got that, but you got to get blue milk the first. You have to, right? Blue
Yeah,
milk.
you gotta get blue milk.
first.
I just want one of the Cokes to bring home. I don't even drink soda. I just like the fact that they
No,
changed it to
those
look like
like
thermal
thermal detonators.
detonators.
Yeah, but you just can't take them on airplanes.
You can't take them on airplanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't take them. You can't do them in your overbag. You have to pack it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but
It looks like a grenade. I'm
Looks
going to
like-
need you to
right.
put that in the belly of the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
so other things I really appreciated about it was the fact they have first order stormtroopers running around harassing guests. Mm-hmm. So there was this girl on her phone, and she was sitting outside minding her own business, and 2 first order stormtroopers walked over and says, "What kind of data pad you got there?
No joke.
Were you scanning us? You're not supposed. That's illegal. You're not supposed to. That's a good way to get your data pad wiped." Just harassing her. It was great.
Oh, that's amazing.
And so that was really fun to watch. I'll just get to it. So I rode Smuggler's Run, which is the Millennium Falcon ride, where you get to ride the Falcon. I got to pilot the Falcon. And
Were you the up-down guy or the left-right guy?
I was left right guy. So
nice.
I was in the Han Lando seat.
Yeah, boy.
And so there's six people can ride it. And it's 2 pilots, 2 gunners, 2 engineers. And so and
What did the engineers do?
So the idea is you're working for Honda. So the whole story is Hondo Ohnaka has a transport business,
Legit this time,
transport
yeah.
business, and he's borrowed the Falcon from Chewie, and he's using it for training missions to train new crew. And so and he sends you out to go steal coaxium from the First Order. That's your training mission. So you have to go steal 2 coaxium unit bar, whatever the hell it comes in, and then fly away. So I learned while I was in line that there are multiple endings to this game. You can it's like a game.
Yeah.
And you can get both of the success is to get both of them and get back. You can only get one of them and get back, or you can crash the ship early or destroy the ship early, in which Hondo comes out and berates you.
Oh, nice.
And so-
then there's a fourth one, the hidden Chewie one.
Right, so there's you have to do this weird code. I don't know the code yet, and I thought about doing it, but however, my first time writing it, I want to hear Hondo because
I'm more wanting to hear Hondo than Chewie.
Because Chewie, it's the same thing, but Chewie just roars in Wookiee speak, and so it's like
Shuri
Wook, yeah. And so I was like, I want to know exactly what I'm doing at least the first time, and it's real easy because I mean it lights up and you just so I'm left and right and I have to press some buttons to do some stuff. The next time I write it, I want to be the second pilot seat, and you know why? Because they get to do the hyperspace lever.
No, they don't.
Right, so that's the seat you want because you hit the hyperspace and you pull it back, and it's just. I swear to God, if I didn't have first graders as my gunners, I would have cried like a baby. When I go into I'm getting misty-eyed now and goosebumps. It felt like I was in hyperspace. I mean, just the stars kick in and then the tunnel happens and I'm just like, oh my God.
Have either of you, have either of you done any of the VR stuff for PlayStation?
No.
Yeah, a couple things.
Have you done the Star Wars one?
Like Beat Saber or
No. There's a whole Star Wars Battlefront mission where you fly in your rebel pilot.
I have not.
Oh, it's incredible. It is absolutely super fun.
They put PlayStation VR for?
I don't know if they have the PlayStation one. They have one. It's fun where you're defusing bombs. That's fun when you're colorblind. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Because I know they didn't have Oculus. Because I wish they get Oculus so I could do
the Vader game.
The Vader game. I'd do that all day with them.
I want to go to the one up in Atlanta. Do you know about that?
Yeah, there's one in
the virtual.
Yeah, there's one in Orlando too. I almost went to that, but it's like $60 to play, and I was like,
I want to. If we can figure that out, if
Right.
we can all go to that, I think it'd be amazing. It's like you literally walk through. You're armed, and you walk through a virtual shooting gallery, if you will, as an undercover stormtrooper.
So.
And then they figure you out because you actually hit things.
I think BJ did that.
BJ, the X-Wing guy?
Yeah.
Oh, no joke.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty nerdy for him.
The
Star Wars.
Yeah, he's kind of jockish to me.
But
I
Star
love
Wars.
BJ.
But Star Wars.
Beej.
Beej.
So it took 70 minutes to get through the line, but it was like Disney's got this down to a science. So you weren't stopped. I think I stopped twice for like less than a minute. And then you got in your queue, and after you got your assignment, they basically put you in the cargo hold of the Falcon, and it's the chess table's there, and I mean it's a life size version of the cockpit.
It's incredible.
And I'm just like, I have video of it. I took video on my Facebook.
I watched that. That was great.
That, and because I got moments of me doing because it's the Falcon, and I'm just like a child. I just always want to be on the Falcon. I know it wasn't real, but man, it was real enough. And I was like, I know what I want to decorate my house like.
Yeah, right. I think it's brilliant.
And so, and then I know it's all curved and like a tube, and just like you feel like you're on absolutely. It's great. It's just Disney got it right. Absolutely right. It's so good. Now I want an AT-AT game.
Yeah,
I want to crush the rebellion in an AT-AT game. That's what I want. I want that so bad. The thing I did not, my minor criticism about the whole thing is that when I first read about it, how all the cast members assigned to Galaxy's Edge, they play along, and there's language, instead of saying good day or hello, the bright suns and things like that. They are so over that now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least the day I was there, that Saturday, because no one was really outside of the bartenders. Everybody was like, "This is just my job."
Yeah,
which that pulled me out more than the guests.
Yeah, interesting.
Because if I'm promised this, and it's supposed to be immersive, and it's very close, but when you're and I get it because you're over it. You've been doing it for. I'm not like mad about it, but I'm just like, I wish I could have gotten the experience I read about, like where like when you ask, because I heard, so where do you get your lightsabers at? Oh, you come over here. Months ago, they wouldn't tell you. They'd be like, "Oh, we don't talk about the metal, that kind of stuff." Or I've heard tales of finding, rare metals at this shop, but they're like, "Oh, it's right over." I mean, it's just like, okay, I get you. You're over it.
I wonder if that. Well, either that or the manager over that crew is just like, we're getting too much backup for people trying to find things.
Maybe
just send
so.
them because
maybe. But it was like I would think it was park wide.
Yeah.
Outside of the only time I felt immersive was in the cantina, and I felt really immersive in the cantina.
Yeah.
And that was cool. So I'll go back. I would like to. That's a mild thing. That's just me.
Well, we're going to the hotel. That's all I care
And
about.
see, the hotel's supposed to be all in character. That's
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sleeping.
How do we go work there? Well, I guess I probably don't pay though. They didn't pay me when I worked
I
there.
don't want to work there. God no. I just want to play.
But then you get to play all day.
He can run a game. We can play all day. I'm okay with that.
All right.
I'm trying to talk you into running a game. Is what I'm doing.
I'm still paying for Roll20, and I haven't been on there in months. What an idiot.
Oh, stop paying for it. We haven't played. We can find you some real players and you can just go in here.
I know. Didn't have
Let's
to.
roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh, it's online. It's really
online.
nice.
JD will play. We get Stephanie. She'll play. We get some other people. Some people we know who can act. Can play.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, no Jedis.
Sort of.
You can be a pilot, though.
I'm,
You don't want to be a pilot?
I'm still playing my character from the last. I love that guy.
You can be that guy.
That guy is awesome.
But I can't have a whole freaking squad of Jedis, and I got to roll those dumb Jedi tables, and it's just...
You know what you really do?
You just don't give a shit and just tell a good story.
Yes,
That works.
That works. That's what I usually do.
I mean, half the time I just wing it. I look at the chart table. I'm like, I don't know what these numbers mean. Just roll some dice.
me and role playing games are always, and he's played with me. I'm like, I'll tell the story, and then what fits will fit. I'm not really. I'm not a rules lawyer.
I'm just an Age of Rebellion guy. That's my only thing, though.
But so Galaxy Edge, I highly recommend going. It's very awesome. I'm trying to think if I missed it. Oh, I took a video of this on my Instagram. But the coolest little thing in the antiquities shop is they have an animatronic Sarlacc, a little baby one.
No.
And it's just like,
Oh, I kind of want to pet Sarlacc.
so it's just in there, just kind of, it's got little tentacles, a little baby Sarlacc. I got a video. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I want to fly the Falcon again so bad.
I want to do Resistance, right? Even though I'm not a big fan of that world, it's just that the technology behind it's like insanity.
Oh, real quick for you. So Star Tours and the Jedi Temple thing for the kids are not a part of it.
Right, they're still in the original
They're
spots.
still in the real
Yeah,
spots.
that was there when I went there 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I love watching the little kids
Oh, yeah.
be Jedi.
Oh, it's
Oh,
great.
yeah, it's great.
And I keep going, Disney missed an opportunity of like a late night version for adults. Because we all would do that, right?
Oh, yeah,
we would all
100%,
fight
yeah.
Vader. I don't treat us like the children. Left, right, duck. We would do all that. It's a missed opportunity. But it was cool. All the little kids, they were trying to get, they're figuring out what the temple's going to show them because it changes every. I don't know if it's every day or how often it changes, but. So the little kids are reaching out with the Force with their hand, and then it's like, that's not enough. Get the audience, and the audience was reaching out.
Yeah,
We were all reaching
it's
out,
fun.
and then that opens up, and it's Vader and Kylo Ren, and that's kind of fun to watch. The little kids watch as adorable a girl. She can't be 5 if that, but she's like while swinging at Vader, just like
Hey,
she's gonna take him on.
she
It's-
finned him. That's how Finn did it.
Right.
Just get at it.
So it's cool. So
Did you ride Star Tours?
I did. And I've ridden it a lot. So
Yeah.
there's a new one for the sequel trilogy, but I really just
I got it right when it dropped.
Right.
I rode it. We were there with Finley, and I rode it once. Got the original. I was like, dang. I came right out, went back in, and I got it.
Right.
And it was. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was the original trilogy, I think, but it was for. Unfortunately, that middle thing.
The last time I did it was in L.A. and
I know it was Jakku.
and
Maybe it was Jakku.
Anaheim, and I did it with. We did it twice. I had Jakku that time, and the second time we had Hoth.
Oh, Hoth is nice.
Hoth has got that cliff dive. And That's
Yeah.
really fun. Yeah.
I've done Hoth once years ago.
My favorite one, my favorite thing about it, so I went with college quiz bowl team, and our quiz bowl coach was there. And so if you ever ride Star Tours, there's a thing about like there's a Imperial spy on the and they show a picture of someone they've caught. And the cameras away. And well, ours was our coach, and she was on the phone, so she was like had her cell phone trying to go like, I'm about to ride a ride, but so it looks like she's really spying.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was like the perfect picture. It was so good. So
That's super fantastic.
Belinda was an Imperial spy. It was great. Anything else we want to mention?
No, sir. Not for me.
Well, this has been your Star Wars life. This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours, and may the Force be with you.
I knew you were going to say that.
This is the way.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.